Hello everyone, welcome to our channel UPSC Self Study. In the last video, we saw the schemes under the Ministry of Chemicals and Fertilizers. And in this video, we are going to see the schemes that come under the Ministry of Jal Shakti. So as you all are aware of the fact that Ministry of Jal Shakti was formed by merging the ministries of Water Resources, River Development and Ganga Rejuvenation and Drinking Water and Sanitation. So let us have a look at the schemes that are introduced under this ministry. First one, Atal Bhujal Yojana. It is a central sector scheme and the major aim of this scheme is to improve groundwater management through community participation. So the period of implementation will be 5 years, that is from 2020 to 2021 to 2024 to 2025. And the major states, that is the priority states, include 7, which are Gujarat, Haryana, Karnataka, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Rajasthan and Uttar Pradesh. You can remember these states as GH, KM square or U. What is so special about this scheme? Because it will promote panchayat-led groundwater management. That is, it tries to bring basic behavioral changes with primary focus on demand side management. That is, from the people side. Bringing behavioral change from the people side. The total outlay of this project is rupees 6,000 crore, of which 50% will be funded by the World Bank and will be repaid by our central government, and the remaining 50% will be given to the states as grants. So sorry, it's not a fund, it's a loan. World Bank will provide 50% in the form of loan. Next, Jal Jeevan Mission. So Jal Jeevan Mission aims to provide functional household tap connection to every rural household by the year 2024. Let's look at the background of this mission. Way back in the year 1972, there was already a program introduced by the central government, that is Accelerated Rural Water Supply Program. That is, the central government will provide assistance to states for rural water supply. So it began in the year 1972 and later which was renamed as National Rural Drinking Water Program in the year 2009. So it became a centrally sponsored scheme, that is the fund sharing between the center and the states would take place. And it was also proposed to achieve the goal of sustainable development, that is especially the goal number 6, clean water and sanitation by the year 2030. So this was particularly proposed to achieve this goal by the year 2030, and now it has been planned to achieve this goal by the year 2024 through this Jal Jeevan Mission. And see, it also emphasizes the role of Gram Panchayat to run and maintain the water supply system in rural areas. And please do remember this fact also, water comes under the state subject, so the implementation will be done through the states. And the fund sharing pattern will be 90:10 for northeastern states and Himalayan region, and it will be 50:50 for other states. And look at the institutional arrangement to implement this Jal Jeevan Mission. That is, at the center, National Jal Mission will be established, and at the state level, State Water and Sanitation Commission will be established, and at each district Water and Sanitation Commission will be there, and at the village level, Village Water Sanitation Committee will be established. So the funds that are being released by the states will be deposited in one single nodal account, that is SWSM, that is State Water and Sanitation Management's account will maintain this fund in each state. The next one is Jal Shakti Abhiyan. It is a water conservation campaign which was run in two phases. That is, the first phase started from 1st of July 2019 and continued till 15th September 2019. And the second phase started from the 1st of October 2019 and continued till 30th November 2019. The first phase was implemented in all states and UTs, whereas the second phase was implemented in states which were receiving the retreating monsoon. So, retreating monsoon, that is the states of Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Puducherry and Tamil Nadu. So, the major focus of this campaign was on water conservation and water resource management, and it only aimed to create a people's movement through this campaign, that is to create awareness among people about water conservation and the need to conserve water. So next we will see about the schemes that come under the Department of Water Resources, River Development and Ganga Rejuvenation. So the first one is Accelerated Irrigation Benefit Program, AIBP. This program was launched to give loan assistance to the states to complete their major or medium irrigation projects, that is those projects that are incomplete and in need of additional loan assistance. See, at first it was given as a loan, later it was granted, that is it was given as central grants. So for special category states it was 90%, whereas for the general category states it is 25%. This special category states include northeastern regions and Himalayan regions, and also few districts of Odisha. It would further benefit the projects including like the projects in drought prone areas, tribal areas, flood prone areas, etc. And also note, at first it focuses only on major or medium irrigation projects. Later it might get extended also to minor irrigation projects in special category states. So this is about Accelerated Irrigation Benefit Program, AIBP. Next is Namami Ganga program. As you all know, it is an integrated conservation mission for Ganga rejuvenation. It integrates all the existing programs to save River Ganga and its development. So the program covers 8 states, that is Uttarakhand, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, West Bengal, Jharkhand, Madhya Pradesh, Haryana and Delhi. And this program also involves development of ghats and beautification of river fronts, especially at certain districts in the above mentioned states like say Kedarnath, Haridwar, Kanpur, Varanasi, Allahabad, Patna, Delhi. So the program involves rejuvenation as well as the beautification of riverfronts. So look at the key ministries involved in this program: Ministry of Shipping, then Ministry of Tourism, then obviously Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, then Urban Development and Rural Development. And this program is 100% centrally funded, which is to be completed by 2020, this year. Let us look at the interventions taken under this program. Sustainable municipal sewage management, managing sewage from rural areas, managing industrial discharge and pollution abatement, enforcing river regulatory zones on Ganga banks, restoration and conservation of wetlands, efficient irrigation methods, ensuring ecological rejuvenation by conservation of aquatic life and biodiversity, and promotion of tourism and shipping in a rational and sustainable manner. So now you will know the purpose of involving other key ministries in this project. Say this sustainable municipal sewage management will be done in coordination with the Ministry of Urban Development, and this will be done in coordination with the Ministry of Tourism and Shipping. And finally, the knowledge management on Ganga through Ganga Knowledge Center. And also, Clean Ganga Fund will also be established for citizens to contribute for Ganga conservation. So this is all about this program, Namami Ganga program. Next one is dam rehabilitation and improvement project. So we get 80% financial assistance from World Bank for this project, and remaining 20% will be provided by the respective states or center. So no internal agency is involved in this project, only the World Bank assists it. What is the main aim of this project? To improve the safety and operational performances of selected existing dams. That is, already existing dams will be repaired and improved. So initially 225 dam projects are selected across 7 states, which are Jharkhand, Karnataka, Kerala, Madhya Pradesh, Tamil Nadu and Uttarakhand. So this is about dam rehabilitation and improvement project assisted by the World Bank.